driving deep into our wounds. Yet I will be ripped apart before I choose a side. Yet the shadow of glass beneath my feet, it cuts this godforsaken street. Why can't we make things disappear? Steal the poison from our tears. Oh, crooked crosses bend on the wall. Slow destruction of our childhood home. High illusions, they're seen no more, no rocky crosses pinned on the wall. Slow destruction of our childhood home. High illusions, they're seen no more, no
Yes, people. Whoa, what am I doing all the way down here, mate? Let me move. What the hell? Wait, that's not right. That's the wrong way. Why do I feel really low? What the hell? Ah, there we go. That's better. Yo, welcome back, people. Welcome back to another stream. Hopefully, you guys are all well. Yes, in the chat. Let's get some shout outs. We're rich. Oh my God, we got cash money. Well, actually, we've had cash for a long time, but we've got even richer, chat, with a £1 billion new sponsorship deal with Puma to make our kits and sell them. That's great news, you know what I mean, in terms of the finances, and it helps us with the PSR situation, you know what I mean, and it means that we'll never fall afoul of PSR again. Do you know what I mean? Let's do some shout outs, man, before we get started. Big up to all you people in the chat, man. Big up Kadri, what are you saying, bro? Big up to Salim, to Bobby. Big up to Aravind, well as me. Infidel, Amin, Louise. Big up Foggy, Beyond Belief. Aaron, DMC, Selman, Sam, Ironman, Aaron, Post, Low Fat, Mo Fat. Big up to Kenny. Big up to Innovator. Hairdresser's chair. Oh, bro, it's actually one of those ergonomic chair things. I don't know if you remember, I did a sponsorship with bro, I can't remember the company, what they call. Oh, they're called Flexi Spot, yeah. Funny enough, they actually emailed me today. I did a sponsorship with Flexi Spot in fact, it was mad timing. When I moved house, yeah, I already had a desk, right? But when I was moving house, like the week before I moved house, yeah, they emailed me and was like, "Oh, we want to do a sponsor. We'll send you like a one of these desks that goes up and down." I was like, "Right, that's actually mad timing. I'm moving house next week. Like, that's actually perfect time." And sent me, and they sent me this as well because my chair was cooked. And it's one of those ergonomic chairs, which is good for me because, you know, people always say, like, LB, your back's going to be cooked because I'm always like this. Like, I'm always like this, but I've always been like that, innit? So it helps me. Anyway, waffling. Big up to Taurus. Why are you short tonight? Come on, Aaron. Come on, man. I smashed these likes up, guys. Smashed it. I like we're rich, boys. W's in the chat, man. Hey, we're rich. We got a £1 billion super chat coming in from Puma, bro. Yes, come on, man. Yeah, oh, that's actually mega cash, mate. 1 billion quid, mates. Yeah, that's actually wild. Let's have a look at the deals and the details of what this actually means, and we can talk about what this actually means for Manchester City Football Club. Where is it? Here we go. Manchester City's new fucking epileptic fit, man. Man City's kit deal extension with Puma could eventually be worth £1 billion. With the agreement now running till at least 2034-35 valued at £100 million per season. Making it, check this as well, chat. Oh, this will rattle the mutants, chat. Oh, this is going to rattle the mutants. Making it the highest in Premier League history. We're freaking massive club, man. I'm a massive club. I hold that. Oh, you ain't got no fans. Small club, little city. Yeah, well, what? Hold this then, innit? Making it the highest in Premier League history. £100 million a year. Yeah, we could buy a Gavadio every year, chat. You know what I mean? I'd have change. You know, this is unbelievable news. And, you know, when you combine this, yeah, with all the profits that we're making by selling players, like academy players and sell-on fees and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, this really should help solidify our dominance in English football. And hopefully we have some period of, we've never really had a period of dominance in Europe. It'd be nice to win a couple of Champions Leagues within a short period of time and really dominate that, because let's be honest, the last decade we have completely dominated English football. Like the Premier League, we've dominated. And, you know, a large part of that was due to the investment that we made in, was it 2017 when we bought like the Walkers? You know, we bought Laporte around that time. Then back in 2019, I think we bought Rodri and investments from the past, and it allowed the domination. Do you know what I mean? And now, hopefully, we're spending a lot of money in January, spending a lot of money this summer. Hopefully, more money is going to be spent. I think we spoke about last night. I think that needs to happen. And, you know, that hopefully should secure more dominance in the Premier League. Now, it's going to be tough, obviously, because Liverpool are acting like a big club for, you know, which is, you know, good for them, not good for us. But, you know, there's no, basically what I'm trying to say, there's no excuses now, really, is there? There's no excuses for City to fall off, because even though after the treble year, I said after the treble year, and I think most people probably knew the same, is that, like, it was only downhill, really, from the treble year. Like, you're not going to win the treble every year, innit? But you still want to be winning trophies and winning silverware and winning Premier Leagues. And with this now, there's not really any excuse for us not to go on and win. Now, maybe we're not going to be as successful as we have been in the last decade, because the last decade under Pep Guardiola has been unprecedented success. I mean, 100 points, no one's ever done that before. 4 Premier Leagues in a row, no one's ever done that before. It's probably not going to happen like that again, right? But we should still be picking up Premier Leagues on a fairly frequent basis. Again, even if it's not every year. You know, one in 2, 1 in 3. You know what I mean? Constantly winning, constantly racking up those trophies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be catching Arsenal. I want to overtake Arsenal, mate. Yeah, as the third the third most successful. That's on my mind now. Yeah, I want to be the third most successful club in this country. Eventually, you obviously want your club to be the most successful club in the country. Now, we're a little bit far off. We are a little bit far off Liverpool and United. Respect to them, you know, fair play. They've fucking smashed it. But Arsenal, we're not that far away from them. We can overtake Arsenal. We can become the third biggest club in this country by trophies. And if we can do that, and we can potentially do that this year or maybe even next year, whatever, then we'll see what happens, man. But this, you know, you need money. You need money for sustained success. Yeah, you can win a Premier League, you can win a trophy without money. Yeah, Leicester did it. You know, they actually did spend a bit of money, but Leicester have won a Premier League. Yeah, they won an FA Cup as well. But if you want sustained success year after year after year after year, yeah, you need money and you need investment. And with the PSR rules that are in place, which are a lot of bollocks, we all know that. Yeah, but they are, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, unless everyone's prepared to go down London and protest out the Premier League state offices, it's not going to change, is it? So the rules are there. I don't agree with them. A lot of you guys don't agree with them. A lot of Newcastle fans don't agree with them, and for good reason. I think they're anti-competitive, and I think they're a load of bollocks. But it is what it is. They're in place, and we have to deal with that. And we are dealing with that, and we've been dealing with it very well over the last couple of years by selling the academy players, which is straight profit, which, you know, helps them free up cash to go and spend money. You know, that's all been going really, really well. And, you know, you had the sponsorships in. You know, we've seen the Etihad one that came out or was rumored to come out. I remember Stefan was talking about it, that obviously went through the Premier League's finance guys and it got rejected or whatever. They said it was too much money or whatever it was. And now you see this. There's really no reason that Manchester City should be falling away now. You know what I mean? And I say this again, moving on to the 115 that we've not really spoke about properly for a while. And moving on to the FFP charges, again, you know, it's more, for me, this is just more evidence that that you know the Manchester City will probably be found not guilty, because otherwise it's another company putting shed loads of money in. How is 1 billion justified as fair market value? You'll have to go and ask Puma, bro. Puma are the ones that are paying it. Now, this is the thing about why I don't agree with all this fair market value, right? At the end of the day, if a company decides that they're going to pay some money, yeah, then who is anybody else to tell them they're overpaying? Puma have got nothing to do with Manchester City, mate. Yeah, nothing to do with Manchester City. If Puma have decided that £100 million a year is good value, who is anybody to tell them that that's not correct? They're their own independent company, bro. They can spend whatever they want on whoever they want. It's their money. It's their money, and they're not a related party, so they can spend whatever they want. Do you know what I mean? Exactly, Aaron. Facts, bro. Exactly. Puma knows our value. They know our value, bro. They're the ones that are paying it. 100 million a season. It's the fair best club in England for the last decade. Facts. We're constantly, obviously, last year was at L, but we can pretty much guarantee any sponsors that we'll get you to the semi-finals of the Champions League, mate. Yeah, and we'll get eyes on you. We'll get eyes on your brand and all that kind of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is for me. It's like, bro, Manchester City now. Like, people still think that Manchester City are like this club. Bro, you know we got bought in 2008. It's nearly 20 years ago. Brands are not just going to keep on sponsoring teams like United who are not in European competition because they were massive. And they still are massive, but like they were getting to finals, 10, 15 years ago. Champions League finals. They're not the same club. They're not going to get the same money. Whereas City now can guarantee brands that will have eyes on you. Yeah. Arsenal will start getting bigger sponsorships now because they're now starting to get to like fucking title races. Eyes. Champions League semi-finals. Eyes. People still act like City were bought last year. Bro, it's nearly 20 years ago since this football club was bought, I don't think people get it. You've got these players coming out now. You know what I mean? We'll be signing these 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds who are saying, yeah, I used to watch City back in the day. And like, that's true. That's true, bro. Do you know what I mean? If you're signing an 18-year-old from Argentina, who do you think he was watching growing up as a kid? He was watching Sergio Aguero, mate, for City. He was watching Sergio Aguero, bro. Do you know what I mean? Put the ball in past QPR to win us the first title. Tevez and that at City, bro. So, yeah, it's a madness. It is a madness. Let's have a look at some more of the comments coming out of this deal. I don't know if they've actually put it on the website. I don't know. But Ferran Soriano, the money man at Manchester City has been speaking, chat. He said, on Manchester City's new £1 billion deal, we've joined forces with the ambition to challenge ourselves and go beyond expectations. We've achieved this and more over the last 6 seasons. Puma have seamlessly integrated into our organization, and we've enjoyed many historic moments together, engaging fans globally. Today's renewal and extension solidifies our relationship and projects it to an even brighter future. So obviously he's buzzing, you know what I mean? He'll be getting commission on that, I'm sure. But yeah, again, I don't really give a shit about any of that. For me, it's all about the football inside. It's all about how is this going to benefit the club in terms of on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, yeah, like this don't mean anything for City fans in terms of getting cheaper shit. Like it's not going to be cheaper tickets or cheaper merch. Yeah, if anything, it's probably going to go up in price. I'll be honest with you, lads. But on the pitch, yeah, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. Let's have a look at the official statement, yeah? Man City and global sports company Puma announced an extension to our long-term strategic partnership, which since the 2019-20 season has exceeded all expectations. The contract extension will allow Manchester City and Puma to continue to innovate and create products that appeal to the club's ever-growing global community. That basically means like 7 shirts a season. Puma have celebrated many successes with us. Yeah. Sound. Commercially, Man City and Puma have set new... Look at this, chat. Commercially, Manchester City and Puma have set new club sales global records. Yeah, they're breaking records, club records, but they're breaking club records. So people asking, why are Puma extending? Why are Puma giving City so much money? Well, Puma have obviously made a nice bit of money on this chat because they're selling a lot of merch, which is breaking records. Yeah. In addition to co-creating iconic best-selling kits, such as the Colin Bell-inspired home shirt worn during the treble-winning season, Puma and City have introduced industry-leading innovations, both in terms of product and marketing campaigns. Okay, yeah, whatever. Blah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care about any of this shit, to be honest. Who was this guy? Puma's partnership with Manchester City has been a great success, both on and off the pitch. Trophies, a perfect stage for our performance products and commercial success. So people saying, again, these people saying, oh, this has got to be another dodgy deal. Puma are literally saying it, bro. Puma are saying this has been a great success for Puma on and off the pitch. That means that Puma have made a shitload of money. Yeah. Break that down. What does that actually mean, chat? It means Puma have made loads of money, hence why they're happy to extend the contract. Yeah. If we go back up to the top, look at this. Where was it before? Puma have set new club sales global records. So if you people are asking, oh, well, why are Puma giving City all this money? It's dodgy deal. It's dodgy deal. Because Puma are making a shitload of money off it, mate. Simple as. Make money, chilling. It's not rocket science. But the mutants who still living in 30 years ago just don't understand it, bro. They don't understand it, man. I would have ended the deal after seeing the third kit. Yeah, the third kit's a bit wild. I can't lie. The third kit is a bit wild. However, you know, Cherky 10 on the black kit's going to go off, boys. I can't lie. Exactly, Taurus. It is a big W for both parties. But like I say, like, if we actually deep it, what does this mean as fans? Yeah, it means that the club continues to have revenues. Yeah, the club continues to have serious dollar to invest in the football club and buy players. That's it. That's all I care about. Yeah, I don't care about the fucking money in that in any other respect, because I ain't getting any of the cash. I ain't getting a dividend. It's not going to make the kits go cheaper. So no, I don't really care. As long as the club continue to invest that money onto the pitch and continue to have success, that's what matters, man. Otherwise, what's the point? What is the point of it? Nike pays Barcelona £100 million a year too. Well, when you consider that Barcelona are getting 100 million, you know, fairs, we've done a sick deal there, because we're not as big as Barcelona. Yeah. Barcelona are a massive club, bro. You know what I mean? So the fact that we're getting the same as them, I think indicates that we've pulled off a really, really good deal here. Really, really good deal. I'll come to the Gundogan stuff in a sec, man. The black kit is hard. The black kit's mint, bro. Facts. Win-win for City. Gold bit prepared this video. Yeah, facts, man. Facts. It's a bit, yeah, facts, bro. Facts. Big up Chicken Wing says, is Puma from Abu Dhabi? Something is not right. You know what? I actually don't even know where they're from, bro. I'll be real. Germany or something, probably, I'd imagine, innit? Yeah, Germany. Yeah, Germany. The German company. Started in 1948. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it would have been funny though, wouldn't it, if they were from Abu Dhabi? That would have rattled them even more. That would have rattled. That's actually what we need to do now, Chicken Wing. Imagine if City now announce a new sponsorship with some company in Abu Dhabi, mate. That'd go off. That'd rattle them even more. It's a disgrace, says Mish. Why is it a disgrace, bro? Talk to us, lad. Why is it a disgrace? Built to Chicken Wing against us. Gold vid. Yeah. Yeah. Probably saying we got some more dodgy deals going on. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's actually a madness. We're a global brand. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. Not so little anymore, eh, boys? All right, come on. I big up Tarek as well. Come on, bro. Big up to Omer. Says City are one of the English and world's most consistently profitable clubs. The only Premier League club to have posted a higher net profit over the last 10 accounting periods is Liverpool, says Omer. Yeah, there you go. Profitable company, mate. Yeah, that means we can invest all the time. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. But yeah. Yeah, you know what? I've heard of that before. I didn't know if it was a true story, but it might be a true story that they were the same guys, man. They were the same guys. But yeah, that's the news on Puma. Basically, City are rich, even more richer than we was in the past. And yeah, City are getting £1 billion just off of Puma in the next 10 years. So that'd be nice. Right, let's have a look at some of this transfer news, boys, because we've got some transfer news coming out today. Let's start with this latest news regarding İlkay Gundogan. What's this? An entirely inaccurate version of a report from The Athletic concerning İlkay Gundogan's future is currently doing the rounds, claiming that the Man City midfielder wants to stay on the condition that he has an important main role in the team. This is false, with no mention of such condition for the purpose of clarity, this is what the report actually says. The former Germany international wants to stay at the top level, provided he still has a promising role to play. Galatasaray, the club that he supported growing up, they remain interested should his position change. Right, okay. Yeah, I still think Gundogan goes Galatasaray. I still think he goes Galatasaray, chat. I don't think there's room for him in the squad, personally. Not when you've got Rodri, Tijani Reinders, Nico Gonzalez, and then you've got forward players like Foden, Cherki, Mamouche, Doku, Savio for the wing areas. I just don't really see a position for Gundogan to stay in the squad, if I'm being completely honest. Adding to the fact that we need to get rid of some non-homegrown players, you know, he unfortunately, yeah, Gundogan is that. I say unfortunately, like it just is what it is. Like it is what it is. He isn't better than those players. Do you know what I mean? So he's not there. So I think he will go. I think he'll go Galatasaray. I think it's pretty much a done. I don't know what's going on there. They seem. I seen someone in the chat before say they seem to have a lot of cash at the moment. Galatasaray. I'm not entirely sure what's happened, whether they've got bought or whether they've got a loan or something. But they seem to have a lot of cash. Obviously, they spent a lot of money on Leroy Sané. I think Osimhen's a done deal now as well. Big cash. So, yeah, I think he'll go there as well. Gundogan, I think he'll probably go. We'll see what happens there. Gundogan has to go. Gundogan should go Italy. Well, like he says, he grew up supporting Galatasaray because obviously he's like Turkish-German, isn't he? So, like, he supported Galatasaray growing up. So, yeah, that's what you got on there. However, chat, I want to show you this Ederson news. Now, City Extra haven't reported it, but let me see if I can pull it up. There was a report this morning about Ederson. And it was, let me pull it up here. What's he called? Yagiz Sabun Nokuglu. Right? Let me pull this up on screen, chat. Let me pull this up on screen. Here we go. Share screen. Share window. Bang. Check this out. Galatasaray has officially inquired about the conditions for signing Ederson, who wears the Manchester City jersey. The Brazilian goalkeeper is open to playing for Galatasaray if his salary expectations are met. So we'll see what happens there, isn't it? Yeah, apparently people are saying this guy's reliable as well. Apparently this guy's, I've seen a couple of people say this guy's reliable. Now, I don't know if he's reliable. I've never seen this guy before, but some people are saying he's reliable. However, yeah, you know what's crazy as well? Yeah, see, there you go. Costa In says, this source is the most reliable in Turkish sources. Fabrizio regularly quotes him. However, the fee that they're saying that we're going to get for him, chat, £9 million. £9 million, chat. Talk to me about that. Again, just to clarify, it's only rumours. It's just rumour. It's just a rumour. £9 million. What are you talking about, £9 million, bro? Where's the rest, man? That's fair. He's been shit. Get out of here, bro. 9 mil, I'd take it. I think we're getting hacked, bro. I think we're getting hacked. Now, that's the salary. Now, I swear down it said £9 million, bro, on the fee. I swear down it said £9 million on the fee. I pull up the tweet about the fee. I swear down it said 9 mil, bro. I should have followed this guy. Why did I follow him, man? Yeah, I think I might have found it. Bro, this guy tweets a lot, man. I can't lie. No, I can't find it. I swear. Yeah, this is it. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. There was a tweet. Someone quote tweeted it and put, yeah, the fee's 8 to 9 million quid. If I can find the tweet, I'll pull it up. Maybe I misread it then. But I definitely thought it said that. I'm like convinced it said 9 million quid, bro. If my nan is 15 and Ederson at 9 is fair, nah, no way. No way. But yeah, this is I don't think this story's over, me. I think so much going on, chat. I think so much going on. I think so much going on with this goal. I think we're going to sign a new goalkeeper. I don't think Ederson's going to be our goalkeeper next season, you know. I'm having a feeling I'm having a feeling, bro, that something's going to happen. Yo, what the hell is this, man? What's this all about? Bayern Munich submit official bid for Luis Diaz. 67 million euros. Liverpool value him at 100 million euros. Nah. What are you talking about, bro? He's trash. He's such an average player. Oh my God. He's such an average player, man. How the fuck are they valuing at 100 mil, bro? Can you believe that? 100 mil. He's such an average player. I remember when we was linked with him last year, I would be gutted if we signed this guy. So average, it's unbelievable. Why are they not going for Rodrigo, chat? Bayern are not serious. Bayern are not serious, bruh. What do you mean? Why are they not buying Rodrigo, man? Just go buy Rodrigo. Also, yeah, bro, this don't make no sense, yeah. If Liverpool value him at 100 million, then why are you trying to sell him? Why are you trying to sell him, bro? They're obviously trying to sell him because there was rumours linking him out last year. There's rumours now linking him out this year. They obviously want him gone. If you think he's a £100 million player, why are you trying to sell him for? Bro, it makes no sense, lad. There's no sense, bro. Mate, if they sell, if he goes buy, I don't know what Bayern Munich doing, man. What are they doing, bro? It's crazy. Anyway, coming back to the Ederson thing. Yeah, someone just put it in the chat there. Apparently, it is the salary. I must have misread it. Regarding the salary. Let me pull up the tweet. Someone found the tweet. Here we go. Ederson could be finalized for no. Yeah, it says it here, bro. Look at this. Ederson could be finalized for 7 to 8 million. That's not his salary. What's 8 million euros? Calculator. 8 million euros divided by 52, yeah? Now that's 150 grand a week. That's not his salary. That's not his salary, that's the fee. That's the fee, bro. An 8 million year salary is 150 grand. Oh, that's a fucking parody account. Why has he tweeted it then? Why are people taking this guy seriously then? Maybe it's like a parody account, but it's actually legit because people are taking him seriously, bro. I don't think he's like a parody account. I think it might be legit because everyone's taking this guy seriously. Plus, he's a Turkish guy. So maybe he actually knows what's going on. Fuck knows. Anyway, that's not the guy who tweeted the original transfer news. Anyway, that's irrelevant. The point is, Ederson yet again has been linked out with a move. I do believe Ederson is in negotiations with Galatasary. Not a chance Ederson is going for 7 to 8 million. Yeah, the problem that City have here is we spoke about this last night. Yeah, is bro, if they don't think that he's going to get back on a top level, I just think that we're in an awkward situation, boys. I just think we're in an awkward situation. I think we're in an awkward situation with our goalkeepers. But I think the club needs to be proactive here and not be reactive. And I think that's what I feel like we're being a bit reactive. We ain't getting 8 million for a keeper in his prime. I know that's the thing, isn't it? It seems a bit. Well, Iron Man, the Trafford or Costa thing, bro. Like, I don't know. I've said this for day one. I don't know what goalkeeper to get. Yeah, I watched Costa 3 times. 2 of the games out of the 3 was bad. Yeah, one of the games he was actually really good, but 2 out of the 3 games he was bad. Trafford didn't see him a single game last year. Apparently, he was mint last year for Burnley in the Championship. The year before in the Premier League, he was awful. He got dropped. He got dropped from Norwich, bro. So I don't know. I don't know who to get. I'm just going to trust the club on this one. Hope they get it right, innit? How can you have a goalkeeper that's constantly linked away? Ederson will end up being on a goal with 5 thumbs all season, says Perspective. Yeah, I don't know, man. Costa easily played Champions League, starts for Portugal versus Championship keeper. Yeah, Benji, but he also makes a lot of bozos as well. Costa will save penalties. Costa's the best option. Viana isn't afraid to get rid. It's just the fans who are, says Cheryl. Yeah. I think as well, part of it for me, yeah, is like, I know what Ederson gives me, and it's a little, and we've had Ederson for so long. It's like, I don't know about these goalkeepers. I don't know. And if we do get Costa, I will be a little bit concerned because from what I've seen, he doesn't fill me with confidence at all. Now, at the same time, yeah, Ederson right now doesn't fill me with confidence first. But, you know, Trafford, on the other hand, I just don't have a clue. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to expect from Trafford. I would not have any idea what to expect from Trafford. He's homegrown Trafford as well. If you do think Trafford can do the job, it's a no-brainer because we've got a buyback clause on him apparently of 30 million. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what people are saying. And he's homegrown. And that just, if you can get a first choice goalkeeper to be English, bro, it's a cheat code for the homegrown rules. It's such a cheat code because then you have your third choice goalkeeper is English. There's 2 players straight away that are English in your squad. You're chilling. You're basically calm. You're basically calm. But it is a big gamble. For facts. Facts. It's a massive gamble. But then Iron Man, so's Costa. Costa would be a gamble. Donnarumma would be a gamble. They're all gambles. They're all gambles. This is why I'm like, for me, I'm not out here like actively saying I want this goalkeeper, I want that goalkeeper, because I don't know. I know whatever goalkeeper we have in goal next year is going to be a gamble. By the way, keeping Ederson's a gamble. Because the way he played in last year and the way he's played in the Club World Cup, that'd be a gamble to keep him. So, I don't think there's any easy answer here. There's no easy answer. People saying, oh, it's easy, just get this guy. What, Costa? Who fucking makes bozos on a reg? Oh, it's easy, get Trafford. Trafford, who last time he played in the Premier League, he was fucking shit and got dropped from Norwich. Yeah, he did have a good year last year, but that's the Championship. Gamble. Or just keep Ederson. Keep Ederson, who's bad last year and bad in the Club World Cup. That's a gamble. They're all gambles, man. Go and get Donnarumma, who can't kick a ball. Just gamble. This is why I'm just like, bro, I know. I think we should sign a new goalkeeper. However, I'm not actively like saying sign this guy or sign that guy because I have no idea. I'm just letting the club do it and hopefully the club will get the good guy. Chevalier, we're obviously not getting this guy, bro, because we've not been linked with him once. Ederson is on 1 year, mate. Time to sell. Well, listen, I probably would move him on Ortega and bring in a new goalkeeper. You know what I'm saying? Kellerer's not a bad goalkeeper, man. I can't lie, but he's already gone. And I thought he's already gone to Brentford. LB, my mission. Yeah, nah, facts. He's untouchable, bro. Mid player. Costa, here we go. Dean Henderson. Nah, not for me. Not for me, brother. Get 2 goalkeepers, let them fight it out. Yeah, well, the thing is, bro, if you say to Ederson, right, we're signing a new number 1 goalkeeper or someone to fight for your spot, he might just be like, oh, sack it, I'm just going to leave. I can't be asked. You know, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Does Ederson, in his last year at City, really want to be fighting it out with some random guy? This is why I do think that City have to take a proactive stance here. Nah, I'm with you, Leo. I'm with you, mate, because the reason I'm sad about this situation, Leo, yeah, is because I was a big defender. And I know we're repeating a little bit of what we went over last night, so I apologize. But I was a big defender of Ederson. And I was very, very, convinced that if he kept him this year, he'd be back on it and he'd go next year. And then when I saw his performances in the Club World Cup, I was just a little bit disappointed and a little bit concerned and worried. So yeah, you know what I mean. That's where I was at with it, bro. Big up Tone says the long-term contract Haaland signed has an impact on the value of this deal. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably does. Yeah, because again, you can go now. You can go to sponsors and go, your Haaland is here for 10 years, mate. He's here for 10 years, bro. And they'll go, fucking mint. Can we have him for a couple, sponsorship suits? Yeah, of course you can. We own his rights. I will tell him what to do. Bang, sign a contract. Easy. Good point. Didn't even think of that. That's a great point. We are in a situation where no one knows what the fuck is happening, says Aravind. Yeah, you know what's funny is Amos mentioned this last night on the stream, is that, with other clubs, you know what's going on with every other club. Like, you look at United, right? And there's so much being leaked in the press with journalists and stuff. You know exactly what's going on at the football club, right? Which is a blessing and a curse, because then the fact is pretty transparent. You can see exactly what's going on. With City, we're very much a closed shop. We don't have journalists every day coming out, giving us all the news, telling us what's going on. You know what I mean? So that is good in one hand, because in my opinion, it shows that it's a very tight-knit group of people that are working at the football club, and we've not got people out there actively leaking shit to the press, right? I think that's good. On the other hand, as fans, we're kind of like, yo, what's going on, bro? Now, you've got two options. You either just sit back and trust the club and go, don't worry, I know they've got no news, but they'll sort it, whatever it is, whether it's the goalkeeper, whether it's a right back, whatever, right? You put your trust in them and go, they'll sort it out. Or you go, what the fuck is going on? Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. You know what I mean? So it is weird. I don't really know if any other club in the Premier League even operates like this. Like, there's so little news coming from our club. It's unbelievable. It's just dead. Completely dead. Yo, big up to Toon Chucker, mate. Come on. Says, he's talking about Trafford. I've watched Trafford a fair amount with us being linked, mate. I'd say he needs another 1 to 2 years before I'd happy with him starting for us. Never mind you lot. There's the gamble. There's the gamble. See, I can't be having a player that needs 1 to 2 years, especially as a goalkeeper, unless we're bringing him as a number 2. Sell Ortega, get him in as a number 2. Maybe that'd work. Fucking hell, I need a beard trim, bad me. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, the thing is with Trafford, right, is that the reward, potential reward, it's not guaranteed. The potential reward is massive, because if you get him in for 30, 40 million, whatever it is, and he does come good, you've got England's number 1 goalkeeper for the next 10, 15 years. And that's worth its weight in gold. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the reward. The con is you spend 40 million quid and he's crap, because he was, let's have it right, yeah? When he was at Burnley in the Premier League 2 seasons ago, he was awful, bro. Like, I remember watching him and I was like, bro, this guy's dead. Like, when he was coming for crosses, getting beat off of everybody, like, no physicality, nothing. He was getting dropped for Muric. But obviously this year, maybe he's increased his muscle or whatever, got a bit stronger. And he's obviously had a good year. Apparently, he's played well this year for Burnley, but it's still a risk. It's still a risk. Do you know what I mean? And I think, you know, obviously City and Newcastle are not in exactly the same position in terms of what we're looking at for, like, our ambitions this season. Like, my club wants to be winning the Premier League. Like, that is its goal. Maybe Newcastle's is, again, solidified top 4, have a bit of a run in the Champions League, and maybe try and do another domestic cup. I don't know. That's up for Newcastle fans to decide. I would imagine most Newcastle fans are not saying we've got to win the league this year, even though I do think you should be in a title race. So maybe you're more open to taking that risk. But then again, if it backfires for you, you might not get top 4. And can you afford to take that risk with PSR, Regs, and that? If you get Trafford, if Newcastle was to sign Trafford and he had a bad year and you ended up missing out on the Champions League, that'd be a massive L for you. So then what do? You cooked. So I feel like both of us are in a bit of a weird situation with Trafford. I think both clubs would be open to the idea of getting Trafford, but you have to have real confidence in him. You have to have real confidence in him and real conviction that he is going to be on it this year. I don't know if either of us have got it. Big up Guzu says London for Madrid goalkeeper. He was mint a couple of years ago for Madrid, bro. I don't know like what he's been doing since then. But I remember that game. He had a game against who did they play? RB Leipzig. I don't know if you remember the game, Real Madrid versus RB Leipzig a couple of years ago, and he was absolutely incredible. Incredible London in that game. Incredible. Bringing Trafford, says Salim. Sign Trafford and Wesley or Livramento and Costa, says Ansh. How old is Trafford each year? Could be improvement if you do it with other players. I think he's like 22 or something. James Trafford is... Yeah, 22 years old. It's a bit of a weird. It's just, I don't know, man. I like the idea of signing him. But if he plays like he did 2 years ago in the Premier League for Burnley for us, we ain't winning nothing. You'd have to have a really strong backup goalkeeper, which is why the idea of keeping Ederson would be nice. But Ederson ain't gonna be a backup to this guy. No way. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Sacha Bomba Jesus. Sacha Tavolieri, Bombazzo, Gabriel Jesus. Verts Rodrigo Salah. Wow, he's saying Sacha Tavolieri saying Liverpool might be signing Rodrigo. Fucking hell. Well, if they're selling Diaz, they're gonna go buy another winger. And if they go and buy Rodrigo, oh my days, that'd be insane. That'd be insane, lads. Oh, we'd be so cooked. That's basically why we're looking at him in the long term, short term. Supposedly, we'd be keeping Pope. I don't even think Pope's that bad, bro. I don't even mind him. I know he's not the best on the ball, yeah, but I think he's a solid goalkeeper, man. I think he's a solid goalkeeper. Like, yeah, you do need to improve that position. Like 100%, you need to improve that position, but I don't think it's a major issue. Not from what I've seen. I think Pope's an all right goalkeeper, bro. You know what I mean? I think he's an all right goalkeeper. Wow, big up for the super chats, man. I appreciate it. Rodrigo is a bum. Right, fucking, I'll remember that, Jerome. Yeah, when he bags a hat-trick against us, bro, Anfield, and then you're in the chat. We should have signed him. Pickford. Nah, you're all right. You're all right, lad. How come we won 4 in a row with Ederson? How come we won countless trophies with Ederson? I agree, his best days behind us, probably behind us now, but he's our best keeper ever. I think he's our best goalkeeper ever in my lifetime. Yeah, I'd never seen. What's the German guy called? Oh, what's his fucking name? What's his name? I don't want to see the chat. I don't want to see the chat. What's his name? Oh my god. Bro, the caffeine's fucking killing my brain cells, man. What was the German goalkeeper who broke his neck? Troutman. There we go. Troutman. Yeah, I've never obviously seen that guy, obviously. I've seen a couple of clips. Yeah, Plastic B for forgetting the guy's name. I've seen a couple of clips, but yeah. City haven't got a right back playing Nunes, Akanji, Rico Lewis at right back. Liverpool signing Verts on Rodrigo. Lol. Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see if we'll have to see what happens with this Livramento thing. If City are still trying to get him out of there, you know, because the thing is, Newcastle are signing Ekatike. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans thinking that meant that they were getting Isak, which that's not what it meant. It meant that Newcastle are going to have Ekatike and Isak. And if they go and buy a goalkeeper and maybe another midfielder, could that potentially put pressure on them, financial fair play wise, to allow City to come in and maybe swoop Tino Livramento at the end? Maybe, I don't know. But I listen, we've had this conversation a lot, right? So I'm not going to completely get back into the conversation about the right back. I don't think City are going to go into the season with Nunes as right back. I don't think they will. Whether I think they should or not, it's irrelevant. I think City will sign a right back. I think City will sign a right back. I think they will. Emmanuel says, did you know Adidas and Puma founders were bro? You know what's funny, Emmanuel? Yeah, shout out, bro. Hope you enjoyed the game the other day. Yeah, someone's put it in the chat. I have heard that before. I thought it was just a rumor, but then someone else said it before. Yeah, mad that, isn't it? Isn't that the same with Aldi and Lidl? I swear down, yeah, Aldi and Lidl, yeah, the two supermarkets in England and that. Yeah, I think they're in like other countries as well, Aldi and that. I swear down, is that not the same? Two German brothers who just like fell out and just decided to create their own companies, or is that fake news? That might be fake news, man. It'll be Nunes, Rico Lewis, Rodrigo at Anfield. Yeah, we'll get cooked if that happens, bro. We need to send it back too. Expect we'll bring in funds from. Yeah, but that's why I still think that there's a potential that City might go and get Livramento. No, if you're signing all these players, do you not think that City might you might sell Livramento? Because let's be honest, right? Like Livramento is. I just don't think Livramento is that important to Newcastle in the sense that you can't sell Bruno, you can't sell Tonali, you can't sell Isak, right? You cannot sell those players. You can't. But Livramento, you could sell Livramento. You could easily buy a new right back. It's not going to impact you that much. That's why I think that it still might happen towards the end of the window. I think Newcastle get all their business done. Then they might be open to selling him later on in the window. Spend stats versus Timo stats. Yeah, but I'm not bothered about stats. I'm bothered about potential and what they can bring. I think Livramento could be a world-class right back or left back, whatever, in the next 2 years. Yeah. I don't think Jed Spence is ever gonna be a world-class right back, bro. Never. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't see it. I don't see. I think if you buy Jed Spence, I think you're getting, I think you're getting a good player, and that's what you're going to have for the next 5 years, a good player. I'm not saying he's shit. I don't think you're ever going to have a world-class player. With Livramento, you've potentially got a world-class player on your hands in a couple of years. That's the difference. That's the major difference. I don't want to be buying players that are not going to be world-class. LB, do you remember Joe Hart? How would you compare him to Trafford? Do I remember Joe Hart? No, I don't remember Joe Hart. Who's that guy? Yeah, I mean, Joe Hart was fucking mint, bro. So obviously a lot better than Trafford. Trafford looks like he's better on the ball. Yeah, but then Joe Hart was, Joe Hart really needed to come through 5 years earlier than he did. You know what I mean? I think if Joe Hart would have come through 5 years earlier, he was fine. He was a great goalkeeper, but I feel like his career got chopped 5 years too soon because football massively started moving in this passing out from the back way and that. Whereas if he would have been like, basically what I'm saying is he needed to be getting to the end of his career when Pep walked in, innit? But Hart was a great goalkeeper, man. He had some unbelievable games for us. Unbelievable games. I mean, and he's made saves that Ederson would never make. Like, I'll say that. But for what Ederson brought to the team, like, wow. But yeah, Joe Hart's a legend, man. I love Joe Hart. Sick player. That Barca game away, bro, it's unbelievable, mate. Barcelona, Dortmund. I remember him having a mad game against Dortmund. Spurs, the first ever game he played against Spurs. Well, not the first ever game, but like the first game he played as a number one for Mancini away at White Hart Lane. Spurs. There's this. I always remember this shot. It was a shot from, I think it was Asso Akoto. Who remembers Asso Akoto? And he got the ball. I think it was a corner or something. And the ball got whipped in, got headed away, and I'm pretty sure it was on the volley, yeah? And it was a clean strike as well. Asso Akoto on the clean strike. Bang! And Joe Hart jumped, tipped it over the bar. It was a fucking sick save, bro. He was a mint player, man. But I think he just come through a little bit too late in like his longevity was not quite there as much as it could have been. A company like Puma signing off £100 million for the next 10 years. Surely someone knows the outcome of 115 case, or that is extreme negligence, unless there's a clause in the contract to say if you get relegated out of the league, then we can lower this fee or whatever. Which surely it has to be in now. Surely. We should not be signing Tottenham's second or third choice right back. They came 17th, lads. They weren't good enough to start for them. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. I don't think he's there, man. I don't think he's there. I have a higher chance of becoming a US. Oh, bro, who saw that fucking video? Oh my god. That video of Cole Palmer saying, what's he doing? That was the funniest fucking video I've ever seen, boys. Who's seen it? Have you seen the video, chat? Oh my god. Why is he stood there? Bro, move! Move out the way, bro. You don't play for Chelsea, innit? Why are you stood in the middle? Oh, nah, that is fucking weird, bro. That is hilarious. Oh my god, bro, that is insane. Cole Palmer's just like, what's he doing? US president. And he's like, what's he doing, mate? Nah, that is funny as fuck. Can't lie. When I saw that video, bro, I was just like, oh, nah. And then Reece James is like, is he going or what? I can't remember what Reece James said. I think pretty sure Cole Palmer said, Cole Palmer said, what's he doing? Like, what's he doing? And then Reece James was like, is he going? Nah, it's funny as fuck, mate. He just stood there, bro. He just stood there. Everyone's like, what's he doing? Move. Nah, it's crazy, man. Nah, it's crazy. That is wild. That's crazy. They don't understand that. It's so wild, man. It's unbelievable. Big up Cole, man. Oh, come on. Come on. Nah, that is funny, mate. That is funny. Yeah. That Reece James said, "Is he leaving?" And the guy just didn't move anyway. He just stood there. Are you staying? Crazy, boys. Nah, I was fucking dying when I saw that video. I was like, what is going on here? Why is he just stood there in the middle, just not moving? Move out the way, bro. It's not about you, mate. Crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Right, let me have a look if there's any more ESPN videos, chat, before we wrap it up right here. Before we wrap it up right here. No, not checked them for time. Nah, they're just glazing Chelsea. Does the Club World Cup loss take the shine off PSG's season? What? They just won the fucking treble, bro. Bro, they're so negative, aren't they? Oh, chat, look at this. Look at this. They're so negative. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Where is it? Does the Club World Cup final loss, yeah? Where is it gone? Take the shine off PSG season. They just won the treble. They just won the treble, man. And Mbappe is too selfish for glory. That's funny, mate. That's funny. Madueke to Arsenal. I don't see an upgrade. Steve Nicol. He just shits on everybody, doesn't he? Bro, he just shits on everyone, man. It's a madness. What a channel this is. Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun with this channel this year, boys. I can't lie. We're going to have a lot of fun with this channel. Subscribe. LB, where do you think we'll finish next season? In my opinion, we'll finish third. I think we'll finish second. At this moment in time, I think we'll finish second. That's me being honest and not just like, you know what I mean? Oh, we're going to win the league. Like, in my honest opinion, I think Liverpool will back to back it. But I think we'll have a proper challenge. I think we'll finish second. And I'm hoping to see a lot better of a performance in the Champions League. But yeah, at the moment, I don't think we're going to win the league. Hope I'm wrong. If we sign a right back and a goalkeeper, or I see real quick that Ederson locks in, then I might change to backers. But at the moment, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just not that confident. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying we can't win it. I definitely think we can, but yeah, if you're asking me to predict where I think we'll finish, I'm predicting that we'll finish second, bro. Unfortunately. We're scraping top four. Nah, we ain't scraping top four. We ain't scraping top four. I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all, man. Right, what are you guys saying? Watch typical City's video on Jed Spence. Let's have a look. He's not done a video on Jed Spence. Oh, he's just done a. Oh, he's comparing these players. Let's have a look. Shit, I've just fucking share screen. There we go. So what is he saying? Sign one of these players? I don't understand Archie Gray, man. Such a fucking mid player. Jed Spence, mid player. Livermento's the one, man. If you're gonna sign a player, you've got to sign Livermento chart. I don't want any of these two, man. Jed Spence and Archie Gray. Not for me. Not for me. What are we signing Archie Gray for? Archie Gray gonna help us win the league? Nah. It's not gonna happen, mate. Yeah, Livermento. He's the creme de la creme, man. He is. The creme de la creme. It's got to happen. Go and get him. Nah, it's just we can't be signing him, bro. We can't be signing him, mate. Martin Fernandez is the one for me. I've just not seen him enough, bro. I've not seen him enough, which is why I'm saying, like, bro, if you've seen him a lot, Fairs. Oh yeah, watch this fucking video that this guy's done. Let's have a look. Apparently, he's been hating on Arsenal. He's such a hater. This guy was slagging off Lee Gunner for hating, and he's so miserable, hating on everybody. Ranking the worst kits. Arsenal club are pathetic. Fairs, that was about party. It's time to talk about Thogden. Negative. The complete failure of Leicester. Negative. Like, what the fuck? Where's this? Phil Foden is worse than you thought. Right, let's have a look at this video, chat. So this is his thumbnail. Phil Foden is worse than you thought. Boring, fraud, ego. Right, let's watch it.
Right, so I get what you may be saying right here. That may be that Liam, it's a bit late for this, right? And that could be the case. But in my opinion, this even proves why this video should be done. Because I've completely forgot about this guy's existence. It's quite...
No, you didn't know. You didn't know, did you? You didn't forget about his existence. So you completely forgot that he existed. Bollocks.
Bad. I did a post about 4 years ago, it feels like now, about how I believe Phil Foden is the best or the most talented player in the England national team. It was 4 years ago, right? I really love Phil Foden. He's like a guy that should be from La Masia, that is English, has a technical ability of all the world combined. He is who I think the England team should be built around. That was how highly I rated Phil Foden 4 years ago. Even back during the World Cup, for Qatar World Cup 3 years ago, I also said that I really loved him then as well. And that maybe it can just one day click for the England national team. And that kind of faded away, in my opinion. Last season, so that being the 23-24 season, he had a great year for Man City. Last year was the complete opposite. What is Phil Foden's actual raw stats from last year? Like, was he as bad as people made out to be? 28 games in Premier League, 7 goals and 2 assists is quite poor showing. If you add all competitions, excluding the recent Club World Cup, it's 46 games.
That's not even that bad, by the way. 18 in 47 is not even that bad. And actually, if you did it in minutes played, yeah, in fact, let me do that. Let me do it. Calculator. So it's actually not. It's even more. It's 20. Why has he not got... Oh, he did this video before the Club World Cup ended, when Foden scored an extra 2 goals. Okay, so this guy done a video. And then straight after the video, Foden scored 2 extra goals. So hold that first of all. So if you actually do it by minutes played, yeah, he did 20 G&A in 2.994. I know football's not all about G&A, but he's brought up the stats, not me. That's a goal involvement every 149 minutes. Not amazing, but it's okay.
Goals and 6 assists. It's not great, especially for a player that should be now reaching the prime years of his career. He's 25 years of age, was 24 last year, and really should be stepping forward. Now, with Rodri being injured for City, with many players in the squad being as poor as they were, it led to many more ideas that Phil Foden is so-and-so a system player. The idea that Foden thrives in a certain system where everything is going according to the manager's plan. With Rodri being injured, that is a massive piece of that system now destroyed. But there's a lot more around that that's got into why Phil Foden has been nowhere near the same player.
So far, we're 2 minutes in. I genuinely don't know what he's talking about
This year. And why is he not the same player as he was for England?
Like, Foden was not good last year. Yeah, but you explain it to me, innit?
Before he was for City. I really want Foden to work out at England, but each time he gets given a chance, he seems like he's too scared to really make it count. This year, it seems like he's had a ton of issues. He's got injuries, he's got illnesses, he's got surgery, he's got the poor European Championship, he's got family circumstances of having a ton of kids. I think he's got 4 kids now. So comment down below your thoughts on Phil Foden. Kind of where do you see him as a footballer? Can you see him still being as successful outside?
Bro, we're 2 minutes 30 and I don't understand, like, what's going on here?
City, or do you think he is just a system player? Was he overrated the entire time? Or is it a mentality issue? Tell me down below, like, subscribe, and Mazzola Designs for the best football prints, all made by myself. Use code VISA for 15% off all items. people comparing him to Rashford in terms of he had a purple patch season and now he's gone back to where his actual level is. Last year, of course, was great. 35 games, 19 goals, 8 assists, of course, won the league, everything else. The year before that, he wasn't really known for scoring too many more goals. 11 goals in 32 games in the league, only 1 goal in 8 Champions League games. Phil Foden stepped up against West Ham to win the Premier League for them. He also stepped up in the Champions League away at a Santiago Bernabeu, which had a fantastic strike as well. A lot of talk has been done about the fact that I thought of it with 3 kids. One of my favorite comments was from a guy saying he needs to consult with an expert on how to pull out or get more sister wives, pass the kids off like a pyramid scheme. Like, that's actually kind of funny. Granted, I don't think kids is a reason of why he's been playing poorly. Like, granted, don't get me wrong here. As someone that has 2 kids and I'm relatively quite young, you can be quite tired. But he's a very rich guy who, of course, can afford to pay for nannies and...
Bro, what am I listening to? What am I listening to? What am I listening to? If you think he was shit last year, which you do because you said Phil Foden is worse than you thought, say he's shit and explain to me why he was shit. What are you talking?
Literally anything in the world that can help them. So I don't know if this will affect him all too much. But when you've got rumours coming out within the City group saying that the players are privately worried about him, then it's fair to have that conversation. Look, he's still a relatively young player that has a lot of expectation, was at a high level of playing and is no longer performing at that level anymore, which of course there's a demand and there's even more pressure on reaching that level again. Injuries, of course, has been a factor of this as well. He's not been able to really go all out every single time. And the fact of the matter is, most players that plays now, they always are playing through some kind of injury, have some kind of strain, have something a bit pulley in their muscle somewhere in their leg that they just have to play through because it's not that disastrous and there's not many other options. And Foden with England, of course, hasn't helped in the Euros. He was involved.
Bro, I'm not being funny. With 4 minutes 50 in and you've still not explained why Phil Foden is worse than you thought, bro.
But people probably wish that he wasn't. And then under Thomas Tuchel got brought in and then, of course, got put down to the right wing and didn't play well because Phil Foden cannot play in the right wing or left wing for England. Again, the system at England just doesn't suit him. The game that people mention the most is the Manchester derby between United and City, where in that game he was really poor, just low in energy, low in any confidence, was either giving the most easiest, simple passes.
We were fucking shit in that game. Everyone was shit in that game.
Or trying to do anything different, and he simply lost the ball. He lost the ball 14 times in that game and only completed 60% of his passes. Now, don't get me wrong. He has played in Club World Cup as Wydad AC and, of course, his sister Doku. But I'm not really going to take much off Phil Foden beating Wydad in Club World Cup as much to go off here. No matter how poor you're doing in your regular league season, playing against players at a much lesser quality, you will, of course, look a lot better compared to them. And, of course, there'll be more opportunities for through balls and dribbling abilities where you're playing against players that are not as good as what you're typically up against. So I'm not taking this game against Wydad as an example that he's now back. And I think there's one really simple way of just seeing why Phil Foden doesn't seem to really be fully on it and confident when everything isn't perfectly set around him in the perfectly created environment that he's been used to throughout his entire academy days. And that is because physically he's not that fast and he's not that strong. He's a very lightweight player, which dribbling wise has an immense technical skill. His first touch and everything is incredible, but he's not really got like the dribbling ability from what I've seen.
Dribbling ability, bro. You just not watched him. He's not got the dribbling ability. Is this guy fucking for real?
To really take on a man in a 1v1 situation. He's more of a pass and move.
Bro, one of his best attributes is ball carrying.
Kind of guy, which you need players very close around you to really make that work. In England, under a new system, especially when he's playing out wide, he's not got the pace to really take on a man, and he's not really a 1v1 specialist anyway because he plays much more narrow in the City system.
He's literally putting clips in of Phil Foden dribbling. Look at this chat.
Specialist anyway because he plays much more narrow in the City system. So that's why for England, if he tries to go left, tries to go right, it doesn't work. You try to put him in a 10, and you'd think now Phil Foden in a 10 for England, it should work. But realistically, he's not as good as a number 10, in my opinion, compared to what we see from Jude Bellingham for England that's had much more actual efficiency. He contributes more goals and more assists. He is more noticeable. When Foden plays, I feel like the game goes by him faster and you don't really notice him. He blurs into the game. Now, look, again, as I said, he did score and assist against Wydad, and he may have a decent game in the next game they play for the Club World Cup. Who did he even play? Let me just double check here. For City, they play up next against Juventus. That's a pretty good test, right? In 2 days' time. Let's see how he does against Juventus. But we have to wait and see, don't we? This is not because I hate Foden or something. I think sometimes in a situation like this, it's as simple as just...
You don't hate him. You've called the video Phil Foden is worse than you thought, and you put on your thumbnail boring, fraud, and ego. So what is it? Is it rage bait? You just said you don't hate him, but you literally, your thumbnail and your title says that you hate him, bro.
Look at it with your own eyes and see what you see. And that is, he can't really take on man. He's not that physically strong, and he's not that physically fast. But he's very good technical in tight spaces, and that's where he roams. And there's a part of me that when I talk about Foden, I'm actually really annoyed because I just think he should be a level above this at this stage. Like, I think he has a talent and a technical ability that should put him beyond having these conversations about him.
But you're having the fucking conversation off a bad year. He literally won the PFA Player of the Year a year ago. And he's had one bad year, and he has had a bad year, yeah? And now you're making these videos, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? What exactly? One bad year, the guy's making the videos like this, saying, oh, he should be ahead of him. What, he had a bad year? Yeah, if he has a bad year this year, fairs, we'll have that conversation. But it's like, what? A player's had one bad year, and we're just like, yeah, they're finished. The whole squad had a bad year. Facts. Why not doing a squad? Why not doing a video about Ruben Diaz? Why not do a video about Ederson? Why not do a video about all these other players? Yeah? You know why you do it about Foden is because we all know, yeah? Clicks, man. It's clicks. It's clicks. It's clicks. I'm funny, yeah? I'm pretty sure this guy, Saeed said, I'm pretty sure this guy done a video on fucking Lee and Saeed about being negative. I've just scrolled through your fucking videos. Every single one of your videos is negative.
The consistency has not been there this year. It could be a one-off, and I hope that it is, because for England, I hope that they do well. But my good God, football is all about confidence. Like, the game is nothing but confidence. And Phil Foden, he's not really helping the idea that he is a system player, because people may say, yeah, but he played in different positions for City. So, like, he's not a system player. But I just think that in that City system, I don't think it makes much of a difference where he plays. Most people, including me,
He won PFA Player of the Year. He said he don't make a difference as to where he plays. He won PFA Player of the Year. He played central position.
Him as a number 10. However, potentially the greatest coach of all time in Pep Guardiola staunchly refuses to do so on a consistent basis. Even when KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, was no longer available, he was injured and so on and so forth, he refused to play him as a number 10 centrally. Phil Foden is a forward based on how he positions himself on the pitch. He's someone that plays somewhat childish, that wants to get the ball and be as direct as possible and go at players, and not really have that patience to really go in between the lines and wait for the ball to come to him.
Also, Phil Foden played centrally bare times 2 seasons ago when we last won the league. Loads of times he played centrally. He played centrally bare times, chat.
Always wants something to happen, which is thoughtful, maybe good to see, but at a top level, in these positions, it's not necessary, and it's actually more of a concern to the structure of the team than anything else. So is there anything wrong in being a system player? Raheem Sterling is one of the greatest system players of all time for City. That was incredible for City in that role. And anywhere else, he kind of shines like he doesn't belong. When I see him play for England, he's never, ever the same player that he is for City. 4 goals in 45 games, and in most games that I see him play, he's barely even involved. Like, he is a passenger in many of those games. So he's got to prove himself. Club World Cup, we've seen him score against Wydad. Let's see how he does with that.
He's got to prove himself.
But him being tired,
he just won the PFA Player of the Year,
playing in the Club World Cup in America in amazing heat, isn't really going to be helping him, I don't think. So I don't think if he's tired and has fatigue, I don't think this will help too much. So Just going to find out for next year. Comment down below your thoughts, like, subscribe, and I'll see you boys next.
I'm sorry, that's just clickbait. That's a clickbait video. That's a clickbait video. It is. Phil Foden is worse than you thought. What? I've not learned anything, bro. You've not told me anything. You've literally not given me any information about anything. And you've put on the thumbnail, boring, ego, fraud, and then said you don't even have a problem with him. It's a clickbait video, man. Yeah, and it's pretty funny because this guy was running his mouth at fucking Lee, saying Lee's bare negative and that. And if you actually go on this guy's channel, his whole videos are fucking negative, bro. His whole videos are negative. Yeah. It's just all negative. It's all negative, bro. Madness. Madness, bro. Crazy. Check the comments.
So, I get.
Here after him scoring a goal. Just got a football notification. Comparing Foden to Rashford is criminal. Phil Foden just got a goal after getting off the bench for Juventus. He's had one poor season. Yeah, big up to you, bro. One rough season after consistent years of high-level football, they'll call you a fraud. Wouldn't say he's a fraud. Bro, it's in the thumbnail. What are you talking about? You're not calling him a fraud. Hey, bro, it's in the thumbnail. Literal thumbnail says he's a fraud, bro. I swear down it says he's a fraud, no? Boring, fraud, ego. Wouldn't say he's a fraud. Your literal thumbnail says it's a fraud. What the fuck? It's crazy. Yes, facts. Man, even like Zidane and Ronaldinho had terrible seasons. It still happens. Foden's getting slaughtered to keep. Oh, shout out the fucking comment section in this guy's videos. Prem players especially get critiqued more from what I see. Yeah, from people like you. Foden outscored Saka last season, had no penalties. Jumping on the Foden hate train after one season is crazy. His bills are probably due. And you know what? Respect the comment section on here, chat. Most of the comments here are like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Crazy. As a United fan, this is objectively stupid. Even I have listened to interviews talking about his personalised problems. You yourself were whining about such things weeks ago. Says, this is a Man United fan, by the way. It's a Man United fan calling him out here. Your thumbnail makes it sound like a hit piece. Facts. Why do people want to tear this lad down? He's done amazing, had one bad year. Maybe if people stop making videos dogging on him, his confidence might improve. W chat! W chat! W chat, man! Yeah, there's a W chat section, I can't lie. Crazy. Fucking wild, isn't it, chat? It's a madness. It's actually crazy, boys. It's actually crazy, boys. That I like I said, I don't have a problem with you saying Foden's had a bad season, correct? But basically doubting everything that he's ever achieved and like saying that he's finished is crazy. Like, first, if he has another bad year, then we'll need to have a proper conversation about it. And I've already said that myself. I've said if Foden plays badly next year, we'll have to have that conversation and say, listen, maybe he's not going to be the guy that we all thought he was going to be. But to say that after one bad year, the year after he won the PFA Player of the Year, I think is just fucking ridiculous. I think it's just ridiculous, boys. Just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Big up Mish. Foden is class. He doesn't need to be world class, says Mish. Bellingham has mastered the art of looking busy. Yeah, Bellingham, bro, I think Bellingham's overrated as well, man. I can't even lie. I can't even lie, bro. But it's crazy, boys. It's crazy. It's just mad, isn't it? It's wild. But yeah, anyway, big up to you guys. I'm going to go gym in it, smash a little cheeky session out. We'll just check if there's any news. Nah, there's no more news. There's no. Oh, I checked this as well, by the way. Yeah. Look at fucking Haaland stylish. Look at the style, boys. Look at the style, boys, yeah? That is mad style, boys. Pulling off your white suit with the shades. Oh, I got the shades, Bray. I got the shades, Bray. Yo, come on. We saying. Who does it better, chat? Who does it better? Me or Haaland? What are you saying, boys? Come on, be nice. Big up Spin. His hi LB United fan here. How would you solve the issues if you had shares in the club? What United? I'd do what Mancini did at City. Something that Mancini did at City when he came in was sort the defense out. And I remember, yeah, there were so many games, and people who, supported City at the time are old enough to remember Mancini days, early Mancini days. Remember that some of those games under Mancini in that first year or whatever, yeah, or especially the first 6 months, were boring. Horrendous to watch. Horrendous. Yeah. Dead games. Boring City. Boring City. That's what we used to sing, bro. That's what we used to sing around the stadium. Yeah. Sort the defense out. Get a new goalkeeper, because Onana's shit. Sort that defense out and make yourselves hard to beat. Make yourselves where in 90% of the Premier League games, you're not conceding more than a goal. And what will happen is you'll become a team that just doesn't get beat anymore. And you'll get a lot of draws, yeah, but you won't be losing as many. And then next summer, when you've got more finances available, you go and get a striker, or you go and get an attacking midfielder that can start to win your football matches. And then what happens is you become a team that has a mint defence. City had a mint defence under Mancini. We had Joe Hart, Richard Zabaleta, one of them two played right back. You had Company, Lescott, and then Clichy or Kolarov, yeah? And then you had Nigel de Jong in front of that with Gareth Barry and Yaya Toure. Like, we was just impossible to beat. Like, we were so good. And then we bought more attacking players in, and we just could come as top side. But you have to stop conceding goals. You have to stop conceding goals. And it won't be pretty. It won't be pretty. And those first 6 months or whatever, maybe slightly longer under Mancini, some of the worst football that I've ever seen City play, bro. Like, hanging. Maybe not ever, but like, it was hanging. It was horrible football to watch. But short-term pain on the eyes, long-term gain. Yeah, made us mint. So that's what I do. Always start off with the defense, in my opinion. Always start off with the defense. Sort your defense out, and then you'll go from there. You know what I mean? Right, sweet. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys drop a like. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. If any football on tonight? Nah. What's this? Champions League? Oh, it's qualification. Champions League qualifiers. Scottish Cup's on. Scottish Cup's on. If you watch a Scottish Cup match. Yeah. Right, Bournemouth are playing right now against Hibernian. What the fuck? Oh, there's some friendlies on later. Oh, nothing decent. No, nothing decent. Yeah. Oh, what score was that River Plate game the other day? Oh, they won 3-1. Caldido, Salas, and Borgia. No way, just Subiabre get on the pitch. Oh, Subiabre started! Oh, come on! Big up Subiabre! Mad. Right, big up to you guys, man. Smash the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. I will catch you in the next one. See you later, you frauds, boring, egotistical people. But I don't hate you, though. I like you, really. I'm just going to call you all frauds.